Welcome back. In today's episode, we are going to be speaking about failure. Have you ever felt like a failure? Have you ever failed? How often are you failing? And what are your beliefs around failure?
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. Peak performers embrace failure. They always are trying something new just to see what works and what doesn't work. In my salon business, for years, I was constantly trying new ideas. We did a 30-day money-back guarantee. You could take the equipment, use it for 30 days, and return it. I was scared to death to actually try this. If people started returning the equipment, it would have been a financial disaster for us, as it would have been used equipment at that point. That program turned out to be one of the most successful things that we ever did. In 5 years, only one customer returned the equipment, and all they wanted to do was exchange it for another color. We tried leasing. Failure. Nobody wanted it. We were sending out brochures 4 times a year, and we were getting great results. Then we cut back to 2 times. Results fell off. So then we said, okay, let's do 6 times. That worked. Now let's do once a month. Guess what? Failure. I came up with the harebrained idea of, you know what? Let's take back the used equipment, refurbish it, and resell it to the nail salons. That was one of the most successful business decisions that we ever made. We did over $1 million in used equipment, and the margins on that stuff were absolutely spectacular. Now let's look at the salon business in whole. Over $15 million in sales. But guess what? We had a very difficult time trying to figure out how to continue to make a profit. And at the end of the day, that business was closed. And I ended up losing over $1 million. There were some key lessons that were learned along the way. One is, when your manufacturing costs are going up, the amount that your customer is willing to pay is going down, and the primary language of your customer is not your primary language, that might not be a good business to be in. I could have pulled the plug on this business years ago and probably only have lost $500,000, but I was too caught up in what it meant. Was I going to be a success in this business, or was I going to be a failure in this business? And that really twisted me up and prevented me from taking action. Now, thankfully, I came to the realization, and I didn't wait another 3 or 4 years, because then it could have been a $2 million loss. In life, there are winners and there are learners. That's right. There are no losers. There's only learners. Because through every failure, you learn something. Let's face it. How much have you really learned from a great success? If you're anything like me, when you succeed and you succeed big, what do? You party, you run around saying, I got this, I know this, and a little bit of your ego, a little bit of your confidence gets a little too overinflated. And then what happens? You didn't really learn anything. It's the failures. It's those things that don't work out the way they're supposed to. Those are the ones that we learn the most important lessons. The salon business, in my opinion, was an epic failure. But who cares? I mean, anytime you lose $1 million, I think that qualifies as epic. And I look forward to the day where losing $1 million is not epic. At the end of the day, who cares? I have 3 other businesses that I've started that are over 10 years old. And 2 of those businesses are each doing over $10 million in revenue. So what? I had a failed business. Big deal. Next, it doesn't define who I am. And let's talk about that for a little bit. You know, just because you fail doesn't mean that you're a failure. Separating the two are extremely important. Let's look at Steve Jobs, Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. They have all had epic failures. But do any of you consider them a failure? No. They just tried, and they won some and they lost some. Don't get wrapped up in allowing a label to identify you. Look, as kids, what did we do when we first started to learn how to walk? We really messed up over and over and over again. We failed over and over and over again. Did our parents look at us and go, he's a failure. He's not going to walk. Nope, that's it. Don't even try anymore. Swimming. When we first started to learn how to swim, we didn't know how to do it. We failed over and over and over again. And then one day, it worked. You know, I really feel for the new generation coming up, the millennials, because we have set up for our kids, the younger generations, this belief system that, you don't want to fail. Let me just take all the risk out of everything. If you're having trouble in school, I'll do your homework. If you're having trouble here, I'll make sure that this is fixed. And our kids are not learning how to fail. And they're going to go into adulthood not knowing how important it is to try and fail and just get up and go, so what? First fall of the day. Pick yourself up and just keep going. So remember, you can fail every single day, but that doesn't label you as a failure. As long as you get up and you keep going, in my book, that's called a success. So to your future success and your future failures and everything in between, I wish you the absolute best. So, question of the day. Where are you not failing enough? Where are you not taking the risks that you need to? And I just want to point something out here too. We're all big boys and girls, okay? So I don't want anybody to send me an email saying, I took the risk and I failed and now you're responsible. All right, get over it, okay? We're big boys and girls here. Be responsible and be smart. Sometimes common sense is not common, but be responsible and be smart. But start getting out there. Start taking some calculated risks. And who cares if you fail? Just pick yourself up and keep going. If you are a coach, business owner, executive, entrepreneur, and you're having trouble executing to the level that you want to execute at, we have a live event coming up in a few weeks that just might be for you. Business Execution Summit. If you'd like some more information on that, you can text BESUMMIT, all one word, to 41411, and we'll send out some additional information for you on that. That program is designed to teach you to take what you know and execute it. Because if you're not executing, it doesn't matter what you know. If you haven't already subscribed to the show, please go to iTunes, subscribe to the show. After listening to the episodes, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. We make it really easy for you to share any of the episodes that resonate with you, the ones that you like and speak to you. And if you'd like to forward those to friends, family, coworkers, or anybody that could use this information, we make it real easy. Just go to Facebook. My Facebook page is Thor Conklin. And then just click the share button. And hopefully that message will reach someone that needs to hear it. You can find additional resources at our website, thorconklin.com. Twitter is at Thor Conklin. If you have any other questions or comments or anything, you can reach out to me directly at info@thorconklin.com, and I will personally respond to each of those emails. Remember, these episodes are meant to be consumed during dot time, doing other things. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do, and until tomorrow, have an absolutely great day. Go out, find something to fail at, get up, try it again, and then send me an email. Send me a note that says, hey, I failed and failed and failed, and guess what? Today I made it happen. To your success, have a great day.